Welcome back into Coach's Corner. The high school basketball season nearing the end with the state tournament just around the corner and one team hoping to make another run, the Dakota Valley Panthers. Head coach Jason Kleis is joining us today. And coach, 43 straight wins for your team, almost 2 full years. I know this team works really hard, but have you had a chance to sit back and think about how special that really is?
Yes, but not a lot of time because it's busy time of the year and trying to make sure we're ready to go for the tournament. But it's a lot of games, and our guys have been pretty focused and pretty impressive on how they've handled it. Just playing super hard, and I think for the most part, trying to do the little things that it takes to keep it going. And whether that streak keeps going or not, we don't know. We just want to keep getting better and be ready for the postseason. That's kind of our main focus. But the streak has gotten a lot of attention. It's been kind of fun.
Definitely. And last year starts it all, the undefeated run to the first ever state title. Very special. But then you return 5 of your top scorers, hoping to start something special again. What was your message to those guys as the season started this year?
The message was how tough it was going to be to do it again. And I think it's still that same way. We're starting to see different things creep in from, maybe overconfidence sometimes to just forgetting how we got there and how our team, what makes our team so special. And our guys respond well to it. But it's been a process, and we're trying to remind them that it's going to be difficult. There's a lot of great teams in our class this year that are always up when they play us, and everybody's we got a big bullseye on our back, and we know that. So teams seem to be shooting it in a little more against us, and it's going to be a challenge, but it's been fun.
And you told me last week, part of it, their work ethic has just been unmatched. Like you said, lots of outside noise that might be creeping into their heads, but how have you seen them just continue to bet on themselves each week, no matter what people might say? I
think that's one of the great qualities of this specific group is that every day to practice, they compete almost too much. They just, and that, not almost too much, they just compete their tails off every day. We do a lot of competitive drills in practice. Almost everything we do is a competition, and they just thrive off that. Just to sit and watch them, really go at each other every single day is pretty cool. We don't have to wind them up too much and get after them that way. So it's pretty fun, pretty neat group of kids.
And you also told me a fun fact. A lot of basketball history with this group from either parents that played, older siblings that played. That competitive spirit definitely comes out in these guys.
It does. We have a lot of legacy basketball families in the program, and it shows the way they play and the way they care about basketball. And, a lot of their older brothers played for us in other state tournament teams. We've been to state, the majority of the last decade, we've had teams at the state tournament and been close and knocking on the door to a state title. And these kids grew up watching that with their older brothers and families and being at the games. And it shows. They've got it in their IQ and their identity, and it really helps.
One guy, the man needs no introduction, Isaac Bruns. School high 46 points in that one game, just surpassed 2,000 career points. How special has it been just to watch him develop into the player he is and the leader he is out there on the court?
Well, Isaac is an incredible scorer. He can do it in a lot of different ways, and he's ultra competitive. And I've watched him grow up and seen it for years. And when we need a bucket, he's the one. And he's a great defender, and he does a lot of other things on the floor. So, and he's kind of our competitive leader as well. We have a few of them, but he's always competing, and he is. There's no off button on Isaac, and that shows on the floor. And he's having a great year.
I know for you had a special playing career yourself back in the day. You experienced it all, and now forming these young athletes that you have here. What was it, or who was it, that kind of shaped you into the coach that you are today?
Well, I would say it's several. My dad was a coach. He was a coach growing up, so I was in the gym a lot. And then my high school coach was just tremendous. Coach Barry, he coached at Briarcliff and Northwestern after high school, and was just tremendous influence on my coaching style and my life. But I had tremendous coaches all the way through college, and was very fortunate, and that's kind of shaped who I am today, and is a reminder to me that these boys are somewhat shaped by us, for better or worse, on how we handle things. And so it's pretty special and fun deal.
For you specifically, one very special person on this roster for you. He grew up watching you coach. now is an athlete of your own. A senior this year, your son, Sam, I know he had to overcome a lot to be the player that he is today. How special is it for just both of you to be on this journey together?
It's pretty cool. Sam was born deaf years ago when he was born, 18 years ago, and you know, he started out and was probably the worst player in the grade when he was in second, third grade, and he's evolved and gotten to be a competitive kid who's enjoying it and having fun, and he's been the ball boy and kind of had been on that journey for years and years, and to see him suiting up and in the mix for the team is pretty special for his dad and his coach, and see him compete and work and be a part of it is super fun. I get a little choked up because of seeing just how far he's come as a young man as well. Pretty proud of that kid in a lot of ways, and pretty proud of all the boys on the team for sure.
Awesome. Definitely a special story for sure. And I guess just as we get closer to the state tournament, high hopes, feeling very excited, but these past 2 years, what do you think it is that you're going to remember most about this run and these guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if there's any one thing other than you know, the relationships with the kids. Sometimes you can't be their best friend, and it's difficult that way. But they've just responded to everything we've asked them to do, and they're such competitors and such fun kids, a group that gets along great together. But you know, we'll also remember just being tremendously successful as a team. You know, last year was a special year, capped off by a state championship, and I don't think anyone will ever forget that. And you know, this year, whether we keep rolling and win it all or not remains to be seen. We can't control all that, but it's pretty cool to see what they've done and get in the history books. And you know, that doesn't just happen by chance. It's a neat group of kids. It's been fun.
Definitely, and something that has definitely made this community very excited to follow along with. The Dakota Valley Panthers, they have 4 games left for the rest of the season. Then the journey to state begins. Coach Kleis, thank you so much for joining us on Coach's Corner.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.